and public safety threats. Again, crisis at the border, but it goes beyond that and it implicates other executive powers as well.
Yeah.
President Trump, if cartels are now going to be seen as foreign terror organizations, would you think about ordering U.S. Special Forces into Mexico to take them out?
Could happen. Stranger things have happened.
Mr. President,
And that was actually
sure that Maduro would accept Venezuelans.
The very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
All right, I am King MattTheGod, and you're back with another one. I'm stuttering it up, because I ain't say my usual way. I need to get it together. Like I need like a intro tagline. Like, let's just go with the original. You are now live with King MattTheGod. We back with another one. Mexico president is protecting the cartels. Why? Huh? I need that Soldier Boy meme. He be like, huh? Yo, what is going on? What is up with this lady? So what I'm getting from it, just off the bat, my quick 5-second opinion is she's a leftist liberal. Someone probably put her in place. Some Soros brothers probably put her in place, put her in position. I mean, with their weird ideology, gender ideologies, basically weird shit. But it's in Mexico, so no one really cares. But we've had a decade-long attack on America by the cartels. We can almost, I'm gonna tell it how it really is. If you're flooding drugs into a neighboring country, drugs that have the citizens of that country strung out, fucked up, you can destabilize a country. That's like an act of war. So for all these decades, for real, the cartels really should be getting their shit wiped off the map, like for real. But the problem why they've always operated and seemed like untouchable, at least on America's side, is because America has been in bed with these guys. They've been trading guns for drugs, allowing a lot of it in, especially in the early American, I'll look up the exact date, in the crack era, right before the crack era, some reason all of a sudden all these drugs got let in to destabilize the black community. That crack era hit hard right in the black community first, fucked them up. And that was by design because the powers that be in politics, obviously they wanted to destabilize the black community. Now, why is that important? Fast forward to 25. For the last 10, probably 15 years, fentanyl has been fucking up white people now. And that's coming from down South America. Of course, they do the regular shit. They do their regular powder, nose candy, different things like that. But that's stuff that at least motherfuckers can like. I don't know about functioning adding on some of them drugs, but the fentanyl really obviously got the white leaders upset because it's like, oh, now it's getting done to y'all. Oh, now we gotta shut this shit down. But overall, the cartel's a piece of shit. Mexico's and they citizens, they scared of them because clearly it's lawlessness down there. Motherfuckers is getting head chops off for even speaking up. So we got the new president. I don't even know this damn lady's name. What is her name? Like, nobody knows. But she's kind of a liberalist, one of those, oh, I just want to oppose Trump motherfuckers. Like, they don't give a fuck what the fuck. They don't give a fuck if it's to save the world. They let the world burn just so they can. Like, that shit, that ego is out of control. So here she comes. She gets elected. I've heard a whole shitload of fucking presidential candidates was fucking assassinated and executed, and somehow she's just the last one to just make it in, and nothing happened to her. Well, obviously she pretty sure she sat down with somebody from the cartels and was like, I mean, don't kill me. And so, yeah, you checked out that Trump video I played, did you? I can play it again. So he was signing executive orders, and he put it, I don't know what order he put in or labeled them under just America, because I don't think the UN probably agreed with him. But I'm pretty sure it seems like Canada agreed also and labeled them international terrorists also. So he labels them terrorists, puts them on the board to go fucking wipe their ass out. And I found that video was real interesting. Like the way he said, stranger things have happened. Like that shit had a spooky vibe to it. And so after he declared them terrorists, here come the Mexican president. She trying to save these motherfuckers. She's working tirelessly right now to try to get something written into the Mexican constitution that protects the cartels from and basically is going to somehow protect them from America military going in and wiping them out, which is odd. Ain't these the same motherfuckers that they come through a town and behead everybody? They be chop off the heads of everybody, assassinating presidential candidates. Like, but I get it. Like her hands are tied. Like I'm pretty sure if she just said, "Oh well, Trump, yeah, fuck it, USA, come and get him." Like it'd have been a horse head in her bed the next night. Her car would have blew up in the morning. like so in a way, I don't just automatically be like, "Oh, you fucking bitch!" Like you want to protect these fucking assholes, but you gotta kind of look at it like if she don't fall suit. But the way she coming out talking about, oh, Trump is not gonna impose on our sovereignty and invade us and all this. Like invade y'all. Any uncooperation from y'all, for me, if I was president, I'd be like, yo, I see that as an act of war. Like y'all basically sending poison and trying to poison our country for years. And like some people say, this is what she said. Well, all these times y'all been trading guns with us for the drugs and all this. So what? It's a new fucking day. Now what? Trump administration didn't do that. This new Republican administration didn't do that. That was the past. Like now what? You're gonna bring up the past and be like, oh well, because your predecessors was trading guns and helping them smuggle it in and to make money and stuff and fuck all that. It had to be done. Somebody had to do it. Somebody had the fucking balls to fucking do it, to stand up to him and stop trying to get rich and being greedy. But this shit might go deeper, just like how I was on Scarface. Remember on Scarface? I should have got that scene. Scarface, the bull was fucking it was the reporter was talking all crazy about Scarface and his boss down in Panama or whatever, and was saying how they one of the biggest, talking shit and basically broadcast them for all the world to know about who these people are. Them motherfuckers, they try to assassinate that boy. They had Tony Montana in the car riding with the creepy assassin, following the reporter around and his kids. Tony was like, what kind of animal you think I am, huh? Like, this shit really, that story is crazy. Like, you think about those old movies, Tony Montana, Carlito's Way, like, this shit really how this shit really was. Like, that Scarface shit was real, and it still is how it is now. So I'm pretty sure if she does any type of looking like she's like all for America coming to help to get rid of them, she ain't gonna make it past a week. And that's sad that it's like that. How you the president and you afraid? Like don't you got a whole army that like? But to me, I kind of think that the cartels are Mexico's little undercover militia. Like they like an off-board militia. When they want something really done dirty, they just, hey, hit the cartels up. Yeah, y'all do this and don't let it lead back to us. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't trust them. I just, like I said, Trump, he's doing the right thing, and we all support him. Let's go get these motherfucking dirtbags. Real shit. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, motherfuckers want to sell kilos and be rich, and somebody's gonna buy it, right? But bro, look how them drugs got these motherfuckers. Like that fentanyl crisis, the dope crisis. Like motherfuckers is zombies out there for real. Like it gotta stop. Like stop. Enough. Like not gonna turn the other way. And it's just time for someone to just go down and just wipe them out. Like the fuck out of here. Like is y'all just want this to go on forever? Mexico, I know the Mexican people probably is in support of Trump on this, but it's the Mexican president scared. For one, I think it's a little bit of she's scared, and a little bit of y'all leftists, y'all liberals, y'all hate Trump so much. Y'all don't give a fuck what's right or wrong. You're just like y'all gonna try to block him no matter what y'all do. Like it could be a save a baby that's about to get hit in the middle of the street. You gonna try to block him. Like this shit is crazy. Like stranger things have happened.
And public safety threats. Again, crisis at the border, but it goes beyond that and it implicates other executive powers as well.
Yeah.
President Trump, if cartels are now going to be seen as foreign terror organizations, would you think about ordering U.S. Special Forces into Mexico to take them out?
Could happen. Stranger things have happened.
Mr. President,
And that was
That just sounded so poetic. Now I don't know what she's gonna say. I wish I had a translator on this, but I'm pretty sure the closed caption gonna pop up. Y'all gonna be able to check it out on the replay. Arriba. I don't even know what that means. It just felt good to say it. Arriba. Let's listen to this crazy lady in her native language. Like piece of shit.
Allá se consume la droga, principalmente.
Shit. Oh, you came out straight. So she came straight up. See, this is an old video, I think from 2024. December 2024, just recently, about a couple months ago. But because Trump, before we got into the new year, he warned them, like, I'm going to label the cartels terrorists. And then I think a couple weeks ago, he officially did it. So this is what she said in December 2024, before he even officially put the order in and label them that. She talking the first line. Talking about they the ones on the drugs, not us. That's basically what she just said. They the one, the U.S., they be people mainly on the drugs, not us. It's your fault y'all on drugs. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. Like, that's what I said. That's why y'all see this banner I got here, yo. It's like our enemy next door. Like, are you kidding me? Like, the first line out her mouth. They the ones on drugs, not us. Like, that's crazy. Like,
Allá se consume la droga, principalmente. De allá vienen las armas. Y aquí ponemos las vidas. Eso no. Nosotros colaboramos, coordinamos, trabajamos juntos, pero nunca nos vamos a subordinar. México es un país libre, soberano, independiente, y no aceptamos injerencismos en nuestro país.
Motherfucker, we sending every one of you motherfuckers back to Mexico. You lucky we ain't gonna send people that's legal migrants. Like any motherfucker we catch, we going back. We don't give a fuck if they nice either, because y'all talking shit. See, that's the problem. That's why we gotta stop. Like, we gotta stop this trusting any groups of peoples. Like, even though like Mexicans and Americans and all races, we're all together and love each other here in America. But bro, like, you gotta start looking at the mindset of some of the groups, the people in these groups. Like, they don't give a shit about us. They think this shit a fucking game. Like, like they ain't talking. She comes straight on talking shit. Like, they the ones on drugs, not us. That's them. That's on them. Like, motherfucker. Like, see, the problem is she talking like it was Trump and his administration sending the guns and stuff like that. The motherfucker just got into politics. Like, he ain't no career politician. Like, she need to be asking the Democrats that, because she's a Democratic type president. So maybe she needs to talk to her Democratic friends in America. Why the fuck what's been going on? And some Republicans too, because before Obama and the Obama era, I'm pretty sure Bush and them was doing too fucking much, turning a blind eye. I don't think every president knew about it and was pocketing money off the fucking sale of the drugs coming in and trading weapons back, but somebody clearly doing it. And just because it was somebody from America doesn't necessarily mean this administration was on that bullshit. The motherfucker, we stepping in, we trying to stop the shit. So don't talk like that was so insulting. Like, they the ones on drugs. They the piece of shit. What? And that's crazy. Oh, because America gave them guns. They're killing people over here. And like, is that your excuse why you never got rid of them? Are you scared or no? Just say you scared. If you scared, just say you scared. That's all. Say you scared, and we'll come down there and help y'all. That's all you gotta do. Be scared. You're gonna get served.
Allá se consume la droga, principalmente. De allá vienen las armas. Y aquí ponemos las vidas. Eso no. Nosotros colaboramos, coordinamos, trabajamos juntos, pero nunca nos vamos a subordinar. México es un país libre, soberano, independiente, y no aceptamos injerencismos en nuestro país.
We gonna see. We gonna see. Who is this? This is the former president. See if I can find some more video. Because I'm trying to find videos of her talking. Like, I mean, it's a couple, but I mean, they obviously all in Spanish, but I found a couple, but I need a most recent one, like from the last 48 hours. Like, what you talking now, huh? She folded a little bit before when Trump was like, you don't want to take your fucking illegal immigrants back, or you don't want to help secure the border. All right, we're going to hit you with tariffs. She folded like a motherfucker on that, John. She started, let's work together. Yeah, and Trump took off the tariffs. Then here come Trump, labels the cartels terrorists, and here she come right back. Oh, no, you're not. You're not going to come and go and get them. Like, bro, like, it's like you harboring a fugitive, a felon in your house. A motherfucker. It's like somebody killed your cousin. And then when you go to the family house, they got the person that killed your cousin in their crib, and they hiding them. And they talk about, oh, well, you can't come in here and get him. Nah, we about to shoot that whole shit up. Like, that whole shit up. Like, send them out. Or we're going to blow the whole house up. Like, so I hope they ready. Hope they ready.
Is this the next step in the war? What can you tell us about the CIA drone flights over Mexico? Is this the next step in the war against the cartels?
Well, we're going to see. Mexico's allowed tremendous number of people to go through their country into ours, and even people coming from Mexico. Millions are criminals. They came in from jails all over the world that release them into Mexico, and they come into our country. And they also came in from Canada, by the way, large numbers through Canada. We're dealing with Mexico. I have a very good relationship with Mexico, but I think Mexico is largely run by the cartels, and that's a sad thing to say. And if they wanted help with that, we'd give them help. But Mexico, if you look at what's gone on with Mexico for years now, but now especially, it's run by the cartels, and they've allowed millions of people to come into our country from jails and prisons of other countries from all over the world, not just South America, Africa, Asia, all over, a lot from the Congo. They opened their jails. They came in through Mexico. So it's not just South America.
What can you tell us about the CIA drone flights over Mexico? Is this the next step in the war against the cartels?
Well, we're going to see. Mexico's allowed tremendous number of people to go through their country into ours, and even people coming from Mexico.
I know a lot of people in the comments are just shocked. I'm about to read some comments because, like, they're like, what? Like, she's really going to try to step up and protect the cartels? Like, that's crazy. Let's see what they say in these comments. This is where I got the cover from. Is she really on Time Magazine? Or did somebody make this up? Because damn, so this might be recent, like a couple of days ago. Somebody gonna say, am I reading this right? The president of Mexico is fighting to protect cartels publicly. Make it make sense. It's not gonna make sense. It's just not gonna make sense. Somebody says she's the head of the cartel. She is a terrorist. Yeah, it's giving a little bit of vibe like she fuck around, be some secret niece of somebody from the cartels, grew up and they helped put her in place as the president somehow. Like it's giving something. Like I bet if you do some digging, you'll figure out like, oh, she's related to a couple of the head people over there, like the head cartels. Somebody said ban all travel to and from Mexico, ban all products from Mexico, ban everything until the drugs are gone. The drugs have to go at all costs. Yeah, like it's just too much. It's been too many years. Ain't nobody ever man the fuck up and be like, all right, enough is enough. Like, yeah, I get Hollywood, you all motherfuckers want y'all recreational nose candy and all that, but enough is enough. Somebody says she needs to take care of the Mexican citizens who work real jobs and have families. Stop protecting the drug cartels who murder everyone. Like real shit. Like, I mean, she shouldn't do it up front in public. Like, yeah, have Trump come down here and we gonna just play along like you on the cartel side. To be honest, for your safety, I know you're a president, you probably got security and everything, but the way y'all acting like down there, like even the president will get touched. So just play along. I'll keep it 100 for your safety, Miss President Lady, but behind the scenes, you better make them calls like, yo, Trump, set it up. Come down here with your covert operations, whatever you need, we'll supply you with troops. I'm gonna play it along like I don't like that you're invading, and I'm gonna play along for my safety and act like I'm not in agreement with you sending forces down here. But just let me know in my phone. Let me know that's what you really should do. You just stay the hell out the way. Somebody's saying it right here. There are two possibilities here. One, she is generally working for the cartels, will protect them at all costs and doesn't care who knows it. Or two, She is publicly supporting the cartels to avoid being targeted by them, while simultaneously allowing Trump to dismantle their operation. She better go with two and just play along like she outraged, like I'm outraged that American forces are down here. But the whole time she'd be like, yes, like get them. For real, she really needs it though. Like she'll be able to have a much better presidency and everything in Mexico. Let's see what this is. This is 23 hours ago. Somebody get shot up.
No, nomás les dijeron que no buscará soldados y ya.
I feel like somebody about to get shot up. Who the hell is that? Is that the cartel?
Oye, ese güey ya tiene
They got their own truck.
No, ese güey
Let's
llegó
say
así en la
cartels
camioneta,
on the side of that
¿sí?
truck.
Sí, en la
That
gris,
burger
que se dio
truck.
vuelta.
Got their own restaurant.
¿Qué pasó, carnal?
Man. I wonder what it'd be like in the world. There's places all over the world that just damn near every person is walking around with an assault rifle, AK. Like it's normal. Like it ain't like you gotta have your shit clutching on your shit just in case someone try to up the pipe on you or something. It's just normal. Like they just casually walking around like do 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 like this shit casual as a motherfucker. Oh, I thought it said cartels on the side of this truck. I was about to say, God damn. Like they got trucks, everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure they do, but I say if they got the advertiser on the side, like yeah, they untouchable down there.
No, nomás les dijeron que no buscará soldados y ya.
They
Oye, ese
doing
güey ya tiene
roadblock.
un casco de los soldados, ¿ya viste? No, ese güey llegó así en la camioneta, güey. ¿Así? Sí, en la gris, que se dio vuelta. ¿Qué pasó, carnal?
Motherfuckers look like the military, Mexican military, right down there chilling with the cartels. Like, how the fuck we? They the same people. Full of shit. That's why to stop the cartels is almost like just to go to war with the Mexican government. That's crazy. I'm just waiting to see if somebody gonna get shot up or
Mira
something.
que el hijo de su puta
Somebody
madre, sí.
gonna get shot up.
El arma que tiene, güey.
Te digo que tenemos un arma.
¿Eres el número machino? ¿Cuál? El de gris con la gorra que trae el
Let
escudo.
me see if they got a translator on the captions.
Mira, el que va llegando ahí con los soldados.
What's this?
Mira. Aquel güey que va para allá.
I know everybody in the comments is speaking in fucking Spanish. Keep it up. We're gonna be sending John Rambo down there. Rambo gonna be hopping out the bushes with exploding fucking arrows and shit. Damn, I need that truck. That John fire, yo. I need that John. Imagine having that riding around down the street. Cops will pull you over. Hold up. Now that second one. What the fuck I do? Now this second truck, the first one, that's on fire, but it's a little too big. The second one drawing official. Armored truck. I need that John. This John. Oh my god. I need this truck. I need his gear, his guns. Like I just need him to he just rides around with me like this John official. The hell, who them? A friend or foe? No, this joint coming up with fire too. That truck right there, like a little Jeep type Hummer looking John. That joint fire, but it probably a flip easy. But that joint definitely got maneuverability though. You just gotta whip it right, or you gonna flip. And they is deep though. I can't hold you up. They deep. This damn near like 50 trucks. Oh, now they busting off. They thugged out. Yeah. Y'all better be with us though. Because America forces ain't gonna show no fucking display. They gonna come in the darkness of night. They sneaky as shit. And they not even gonna fight y'all. They just gonna set up the set up the target with some lasers and just let the fucking bombers come through. Somebody say in the comments, we are not asking her permission to defend our citizens. Somebody gonna say, why would she defend the cartels? We all know there's only one reasonable explanation. Duh. She is the cartels. Somebody gonna say on the show, the wall would be a lot cheaper if we could move it a bit south. Just saying. I'm gonna blow the picture up. Real shit. That'd be a low ass wall we had to build. We don't even gotta build much. But then you gotta build borders, some type of checkpoints, and you still gotta build a wall because motherfuckers gonna be coming by boat. They gonna say, fuck the wall, take the boat straight up to like right below Texas. Hop off the boat. So you gotta be protecting a lot of these areas. They gonna say it's time for Captain Chaos. This is not chaos. It's chaos because he the one that's coming to cleaning up everything. But it ain't chaos for the motherfuckers that's letting it all happen. All right, let's see what we got for y'all. Ah, shut up.
Qualifies for our free. Interesting developments here. The CIA is flying surveillance drones
over Mexico to hunt for fentanyl labs. That, according to a senior U.S. official, the flights began under the Biden administration and are now reportedly expanding under the Trump administration. The drones are not armed, and the United States is coordinating with Mexico on this operation to target the drug cartels. My next guest is a former ICE supervisory special agent. In 2011, on assignment in Mexico, he was ambushed by the Los Zetas cartel. He survived the shooting. His partner, Special Agent Jaime Zapata, did not. Victor Avila joins me now. Victor, good to have you with us today. I just want to put up this soundbite from President Trump when he was asked by our Jackie Heinrich at Mar-a-Lago about these operations. Here's what he said.
What can you tell us about the CIA drone flights over Mexico? Is this the next step in the war against the cartels?
Well, we're going to see. We're dealing with Mexico. I have a very good relationship with Mexico, but I think Mexico is largely run by the cartels, and that's a sad thing to say. And if they wanted help with that, we'd give them help.
Obviously, the cartels have had a huge business running people across the border. That's being cracked down on. And now these drones surveilling the cartels. What do you think is next, Victor?
Well, this is all coming together, Martha, and thank you for having me back. Listen, when I worked in Mexico, we've been craving for this news for a long, long time, myself and my colleagues, about the attack against these cartels, these terrorist organizations that, by the way, have finally been designated by the Secretary of State, because that's the real designation. Now it's the game changers. And President Trump is right. The cartels have a stronghold on the country of Mexico. They've been running a parallel government there for many, many years. And it's the corruption and it's the many other things that the cartels have had their hand dealt with in that country. But not just in Mexico, they're headquartered there, but the impact they have in ours, with a lot of crime that happens in our country associated back to the cartels. But Martha, with this designation, this changes everything. Now, anyone in the United States, whether you're a gang member or you're selling drugs, fentanyl, a human being, and that's tied to one of these organizations that were listed. By the way, the list that came out, I agree with it 100%. You are now engaging with a terrorist organization, just like if you were talking and engaging with ISIS or if you're financing them. We get to go pick you up, and I understand we have some room in Gitmo for you. So this is what's going to change to dismantle these cartels, not just from the top up like we've been doing for many, many years, but from the bottom up and at the ground level, at the local level. And yes, President Trump is right that we need Mexico's cooperation, but I think they're saying one thing. And actually, they're saying that, they don't want to have their sovereignty violated and all these things. And I've heard it many, many times. But what I'm hearing is they actually do want to cooperate with the United States. They're allowing flights to military flights, our military flights to patrol over the Arizona Mexico border, which all this gathering of the intel of the labs and everything else, I think is a setup for what's to come. And that's possible enforcement against these cartels.
Well, let's hope we see some labs taken out based on that intelligence very soon. Obviously, that would send a very strong message to these cartels. And as you point out, we have a list of 12 of them. We can put it up that are now on the list of terrorists. We can talk about this next time, Victor. But, I remember that one of the top law enforcement officials in Mexico was convicted of working closely with the cartels. So the unwinding of the cartels' involvement in some parts of the government is going to be a challenge. It's been a challenge for a very long time. Victor, thank you very, very much.
You're correct. Thank you, Martha.
Thank you very much.
Basically, the government is helping them. And I mean, clearly, obviously, if the government doesn't help them, they're going to be trying to kill all their family. That's fucked up. So as I said, y'all better just say, hey, Trump, you got the green light. I'm going to play dumb like I don't know what's going on. And I'm going to speak out and say I'm against it, but I'm just going to step back and let y'all fuck them up. Real shit. That's all you got to do. Just step back. Like, let America body slam the shit out of them. Like, they'll fall back Anybody that survived, they just fall back like, fuck it, I'm retiring from the drug business, from the terrorist drug business, because United States is out of control. They don't want no trouble with the real fucking terrorists.
President Claudia Sheinbaum announcing two very important arrests today in the war against drugs, including a suspect referred to as the, quote, right-hand man to El Chapo's sons. This as the United States Department designates 6 Mexican cartels as global terrorist organizations. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says this classification will provide law enforcement additional tools to stop criminal activity by these groups. Mexico has long opposed the move, arguing the cartels are not motivated by political ends like others on the terror list, but by profits. ABC's Matt Rivers joins us from Mexico City. Matt, what more can you tell us about these arrests that were made and what it means for Mexico's fight against these violent organizations?
Yeah, I think it's not a great day for the Sinaloa cartel, given what everything you just laid out there. I think these two men, while not household names in Mexico, certainly in the world in which they operate, they are certainly well known. One of them was a right-hand man to a faction of the Sinaloa cartel, their leadership. The other one, a security chief within that same faction. So it certainly will make an impact on that group's ability to do what they do, which is primarily fentanyl, extortion, and human smuggling. That said, we've seen this happen so many times before where leadership of cartel, the various cartels are taken out or they are captured or detained, and yet everything goes on business as normal because these groups are massive. They do not depend on one individual player. And so this business, even though this will have an impact, will continue.
They're structured that way precisely for that reason. I'm wondering how President Sheinbaum and other Mexican officials are responding to this new terror designation by the State Department on some of these deadly cartels. And do you think it can make any kind of difference or will make a difference?
Well, I mean, it depends on what your measure of success would be. I think for the President Trump and his administration, they want to look like they're tough on organized crime. And so, quite frankly, this makes for a good headline. But when you really dive into what designating these groups as foreign terrorist organizations does, I'm not sure it's really going to make much of an impact down here. Operationally speaking, this designation doesn't allow, for example, the authorization of further armed use of force here in Mexico. It does not pave the way for U.S. troops or U.S. drones to fire missiles at cartels. It basically only expands the amount of people that can be targeted, mainly by financial crimes, for providing material support to these groups. So it's certainly going to have an impact on the way U.S. and Mexican officials operate against these cartels. But when it comes to actually making a substantive difference on the ground, we don't know yet. That said, further into the future, we could see the Trump administration perhaps using this foreign terrorist organization designation as some sort of justification for using further military force here in Mexico.
Well, that's the same thing as fucking drones, fool. We coming to blow that shit up. Yo, like, we coming to blow that shit up. Fuck you talking about? We coming to, y'all been sending that poison in here for how many years? They've been terrorizing your own people. Like, y'all know y'all want our help. So I don't even know why. You really don't hear nobody speaking out against it but the Mexican president. Everybody else is just like, do what you gotta do, America. Do what you gotta do. If you gotta come down here, do it. They don't give a fuck. Half the damn people in Mexico is trying to fucking run across the border into America. Like, they're like, yes, please. While you down here trying to drone strike and blow them up, and we gonna be trying to sneak back across the border, like. So they need to cut it out. Cause he was just talking like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to just do drone strikes. Oh yes, they will. Them drones is coming. You don't think it's Israel over there.
Again, we don't know that that's going to happen, but it could happen down the road, according to several analysts that I've spoken with today.
And also, Matt, you've reported so extensively from the border and on immigration. I'm wondering what effect you think this will have on the Trump administration's fight against immigration.
Well, I mean, I think, we were just at the border a few weeks ago talking to both fentanyl and gun smugglers within a cartel that was operating in that part of the area, as well as human smugglers. And we specifically asked them, because the Trump administration has been telegraphing that this move would be coming for a long time now. And so we specifically asked these cartel members, is this going to stop you from doing what you're doing? Is this going, is the idea of U.S. troops coming to Mexico going to scare you into stop doing what you're doing? And they unequivocally said no. Now, part of that could just be bluster in front of a foreign reporter. That could certainly be part of it. Maybe they are a little bit worried. But from what we saw those nights, and we saw fentanyl get smuggled, we saw guns get smuggled, we saw people get smuggled, the business is very much going to continue for the simple fact that there is a massive amount of demand that still exists in the United States. And in the capitalistic world in which we live, a supply will meet that demand at some point. That's what these guys are doing.
What?
Matt,
Oh, you trying to say it's just like this? I mean, he's right though. If what they're smuggling into the country is the people in America is consuming is illegal things. Hollywood probably with the fucking human trafficking. You never know what type of freak parties and stuff they doing. That's fucked up. And then you got the guns. I mean, gun smuggling, I thought it'd be more the other way. Like, who got the more gun factories, America or Mexico? Like, but I guess like illegal guns and stuff like that, be easy to get them in. I mean, like a demand for them. Like, I can understand that. All right. And the drugs, yeah. I mean, like I said, like, so you gonna blame the fucking customer? You're gonna blame the addict? The addict strung out. Still don't make it right. It's almost like, so what? The people want the shit. Bro, human trafficking. Sex slave motherfuckers. Like, y'all ain't right. Like, I mean, I guess that's humanity, but I don't see how some people can do certain shit. Like, if drugs, the only thing I would probably sell on that amount, the way they doing it, after a couple kilos and everything, man, I'll be like, man, I better cut it out. If I get caught or killed, I'll try to secretly slip out the game after like 6 months. Like, I'm done. like I sold 6 kilos. I'm out of here. Like I'm done. Like, I ain't. This is not a game for me to be sitting here and get cocky. Like, yeah, driving all these nice cars and hiring people to do the work and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And like, nah. Because you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna end up have to be heartlessly killing people, doing different things. So it's like, just stop. Like, at the 4 or 5 kilos, I'll be like, man, these drugs probably got somebody fucked up out there, man. I made my money. I'm out. I'm cool. Like, but I just don't like the way they trying to paint it in the angle that it's your fault, Americans. This is what y'all want. Y'all want the shit. Y'all, you the one causing supply and demand. Like, all right, we got y'all, Mexico. We got y'all. Them drone strikes is coming. Like, right to your backyard. right to your backyard. Boosh.
Rivers from Mexico City. Matt, thank you.
Oh, and his name, my name too. Oh my God.
Up early.
I'm getting all types of commercials. I'm about to get off this, y'all. I just want to share
300,000 deportations a
He loud as hell, eyes cross-eyed. Dang.
year. He put child asylum seekers in jail. like conditions, and he was also called.
Does reading them teleprompters make your eyes go crooked like over a long time? Because that's what I feel like this will happen to do. Like reading these fucking teleprompters.
Called the deporter-in-chief by Latino activist groups.
We're not talking about President Trump. We're actually talking about President Barack Obama. However, both presidents had something in common. Tom Homan, a cop, Border Patrol agent, and the man tasked to create the agency we now know as ICE. He writes in his memoir why illegal immigration should not be a partisan issue. He also supports the family separation.
Some of them are criminals. That's
arrests per day. Are you hitting that?
Off the table, but you're not going to be a priority. We're not.
Which, you know, sometimes get hard up for labor. They're hardened criminals and the worst.
Well, absolutely. That is our priority.
Not just.
That is our priority, but that you got that right. You want to see a judge? You got that. Trafficking women. They got a wide open area now. This is the unsecure overwhelming of the border has created all these other bad things to happen. And I think Americans are being educated at that. They understand it isn't just illegal immigration anymore.
Over that period of time, we've seen this dramatic shift in the attitude of Americans about immigration. Polls show, you know, when President Reagan was president, we had a very welcoming. We've seen this very dramatic shift.
Be detained. Shall. Not maybe, not think about. When you send that message to the whole world, when they create the gaps in the cartels know.
Scenario like this.
Now, this is the Americans. That's when sex trafficking happened.
I'm just struggling to find him when he's talking about cartels. like where, when is he talking
for hours? About? You get a free plane ticket to the city of your choice. You get put in a free hotel. They're going to come to the greatest nation on earth. I think people are humanitarian stuff, which they need to do. Seize that opportunity. Now we create gaps. Now we can run the gang members and those carrying fentanyl and those sex and trafficking women. They got a wide open area now. This is the unsecure overwhelming of the border has created all these other bad things to happen. And I think Americans are being educated at that. They understand it isn't just illegal immigration anymore. There's a whole ugly underbelly. Women, I'll say it again, women get sexually assaulted. While we're talking right now, they're being sexually assaulted. Secure border saves lives. Let me add this. When President Trump had illegal immigration down 90%, when 90% less people were coming, how many women weren't being raped? How many children didn't die crossing the border? How many Americans didn't die from fentanyl overdoses because the border was locked down? How many no-inspected terrorists didn't make in the country? How many women and children weren't sex trafficked? Secure border saves lives.
You clearly, I mean, you make it very clear that you are all about taking down evil, getting rid of evil. And
Presidente Trump, en vez de estar peleándonos con tarifas.
Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum warned the United States on February 20th, stating that Mexico will never tolerate an invasion of its national sovereignty by the United States. The warning came after Washington designated Mexican cartels as terrorist organizations.
Lo que queremos dejar claro frente a esta designación es que nosotros no negociamos la soberanía, como lo dije ayer. Esta no puede ser una oportunidad por parte de Estados Unidos para invadir nuestra soberanía. Entonces ellos pueden ponerles el nombre que ellos decidan, pero con México es colaboración y coordinación, nunca subordinación, no injerencismo y menos invasión. El pueblo de México, bajo ninguna circunstancia, aceptará intervenciones, intromisiones o cualquier otro acto desde el extranjero que sea lesivo de la integridad, independencia y soberanía de la nación, tales como golpes de Estado, injerencia en elecciones o la violación del territorio mexicano, sea esta por tierra, agua, mar o espacio aéreo. Designación de terroristas de los grupos delincuenciales en México, los llamados cárteles. Es una decisión que toma Estados Unidos. No es una decisión que hayan consultado con nosotros y no es una decisión que ellos toman. Tiene que quedar muy claro que para nosotros la construcción de la paz y la cero impunidad pues son elementos esenciales en la política de seguridad que hemos planteado.
Scheinbaum's comments marked an implicit rebuke for Trump, who has repeatedly claimed that Mexico has enabled a migrant invasion of the United States. Her comments also reflected the troubled history between the two allied nations. US forces have invaded Mexico at least 10 times and in 1846 claimed nearly half of the country's territory for the US. Donald Trump's decision to target 8 Latin American drug trafficking groups, including several Mexican cartels, is the latest step in the US president's intensifying crackdown on gang members. The designation could shift the legal landscape for US asylum claims, potentially hurting migrants who are forced to pay extortion or ransoms to cartels, as they could be accused of supporting a terrorist organization. Notably, Trump signed an executive order on January 20th in the White House saying that the cartels constitute a national security threat beyond that posed by traditional organized crime. The move has raised speculation about possible military action on foreign soil.
Y luego el otro. Eso sí les quiero decir, no me falta valentía, porque tengo un pueblo detrás de mí. Y aquí no estamos solos, ni ustedes ni nosotros.
In an apparent retaliation, Scheinbaum said she will propose constitutional reforms to crack down on foreigners involved in gun smuggling in the country. Scheinbaum further repeated a pledge that Mexico would expand its legal action against US gun manufacturers, which her government accuses of negligence in the sale of weapons that end up in the hands of drug traffickers.
A cualquier nacional o extranjero involucrado en la fabricación, distribución, enajenación, traslado o internación al territorio nacional de manera ilícita de armas, y a cualquier extranjero que realice actividades al margen de la ley vinculadas con los párrafos 2 y 3 del artículo 40 de esta Constitución, se le impondrá la pena más severa posible, así como la medida cautelar de prisión preventiva oficiosa.
The reforms would also include calling for the highest penalties to be applied to foreigners who are found guilty of smuggling and distributing guns. As per Axios, the US is a major conduit for the flow of weapons into Mexico each year, helping fuel gun violence in the country. Earlier this month, Senator Dick Durbin and Representative Joaquin Castro introduced legislation aimed at curbing the supply of guns from the US to Mexico. Roughly 200,000 to 500,000 American-made guns are trafficked into Mexico each year, primarily from sources like unlicensed gun dealers and straw purchasers, they said. However, updating the country's constitution is just the first step in a long road towards prosecuting offenders of gun smuggling. The Mexican justice system has a large case backlog that can lead to delays in prosecutions. Statistics show that only about 40% of incarcerated people in Mexico have actually been convicted of a crime. The United States government has formally designated 8 Latin American organized crime groups that also operate in the US as foreign terrorist organizations. They are involved in drug trafficking and migrant smuggling and extend their territory through violence. The Sinaloa cartel, through various incarnations, is Mexico's oldest criminal group, dating to the 1970s. It is a criminal conglomerate, an umbrella of sorts for various groups, based in the mountains of the state by the same name in northwest Mexico. It holds firm control of the western portion of the US-Mexico border. Sinaloa moves all sorts of drugs across continents using boats, planes, migrants, and cross-border tunnels. It's considered the most corrupt criminal organization in Mexico. One of their most lucrative businesses in recent years has been the production of the synthetic opioid fentanyl, blamed for tens of thousands of overdose deaths each year in the US. The gruesome discovery of some 30 dismembered bodies dumped in the hotel zone of Veracruz in 2011 announced the arrival of the Zeta killers, who soon established themselves as the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, a hyper-violent and fast-growing group that spread through sort of franchise agreements with local gangs. Jalisco, named for a west-central Mexican state where it's based, has aggressively attacked Mexican authorities, including military helicopters, using explosive-dropping drones and improvised explosive devices. It even attempted a spectacular assassination of the then Mexico City police chief, now Mexico's security director, in the heart of the capital. Both the Gulf Cartel and Northeast Cartel operate along the eastern end of the US-Mexico border, moving drugs, immigrants, guns and money in what is the most direct route to the US from Central and South America. The Gulf Cartel has a long history in Mexico, but has fractured in recent years, spurring frequent clashes between factions. Its former leader, Ociel Cardenas Guillen, now imprisoned in Mexico after serving a sentence in the US, recruited members of Mexico's military in the late 1990s to form a fearsome element known as the Zetas that eventually split and became their own drug trafficking organization. The Northeast Cartel is a remnant of the Zetas. These local organized crime groups, operating in west-central Mexico, also produce synthetic drugs, but they are a concern to the US because of something else: avocados. Security analyst David Salcedo points out that the state of Michoacan exports $2.8 billion of avocados, a trade threatened by local criminal groups. US inspectors working in Michoacan checking for pests have been threatened on multiple occasions by these groups, which control production and, to an extent, the price of avocados through extortion and threats to growers. This organized crime group emerged from a prison in central Venezuela more than a decade ago. In recent years, it has spread from Chile to the United States, capitalizing on the exodus of some 8 million Venezuelans escaping their country's political and economic crises. While its origins are in drug trafficking, its main businesses include migrant smuggling, human trafficking, sexual exploitation, and forced labor. It's known for extreme violence, decapitations, and burying victims alive, something that has generated panic in countries across the hemisphere. US authorities say that Tren de Aragua insinuated itself into criminal networks in South America, launders its proceeds through cryptocurrencies, and now poses a threat in various US cities. Trump and his allies have seized on the gang's presence and made it the face of the alleged threat posed by undocumented immigrants. Also known as MS-13, this violent street gang was one that Trump seized on during his first presidency as the threat posed by immigration, much like he's using Tren de Aragua now. What he failed to mention was that it originated in Los Angeles in the 1980s in communities made up largely of refugees from El Salvador's civil war and other immigrants, but grew to include many US citizens in its ranks. In the US, the gang is known for brutal violence and street-level drug sales.
cartels, the United States has significantly increased its surveillance of Mexican drug cartels, not just at the southern border, but even deep inside Mexico. The Pentagon has confirmed that the U.S. military flew at least 18 intel gathering sorties using spy planes near Mexico in the last 2 weeks. The deployment of the spy aircraft and increased recon activity shows how the Trump administration is using the military at the southern border and beyond. At least 11 of the recent flights were conducted by the U.S. Navy's P-8 aircraft, which is popularly known as the submarine hunter for its superior radar systems that can track underwater activity. Meanwhile, the other flights were undertaken by the U-2 spy plane, which optimizes it in gathering high-quality images from extremely high altitudes. The flight paths released by the Pentagon revealed that these aircraft flew frequently along the U.S.-Mexico border from airfields in California, Arizona, and Texas, with one mission going deep into the Baja Peninsula. Now, according to a CNN report, current and retired military officials have never seen the U-2 being used for tracking cartel activity in Mexico. And on the ground, the U.S. Marines continue to strengthen the border wall with fencing as migrant crossings in the United States has dropped by nearly 80%.
I'm coming with my 2 children. I'm coming with a friend and her son, and it's always been the 5 of us. The group is just the 5 of us. We are already taking papers out of here to be able to look for work, to be able to enroll children in school. And we are here waiting for the process to find something to rent, a fixed apartment for us. And here we go. We're going to find a way to organize ourselves around here for a while.
Meanwhile, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has urged the United States to work with the Mexican military to fight the drug cartels.
Una parte importante que ellos tienen que hacer en su propio país.
There is an important part that they must play in their country. What's the final distribution on the streets? Aren't there cartels there? Or organized crime? We collaborate, coordinate, we meet and work together. But we will always defend our sovereignty. So there's an important part they must play there, a very important part. And then there's the Attorney General's memo. It's a general decree with references, but it's not very understandable. We must wait and see how it will translate. All agents of any U.S. agency must have a permit from Mexico to be in Mexico. This is processed through the Security Cabinet, and there must be a joint coordination, collaboration, and shared information. This happens in any country in the world. So it's part of the coordination process. We coordinate and collaborate, but as I've said, they must act in their own country too.
Con menciones.
Now, the deployment of military spy planes is a first, and it remains to be seen what other measures the Trump administration will implement as it cracks down on Mexican drug cartels and violent gangs at the southern border.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we put together for you. Now, routed as the minimum two-way defense came from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send the special edition of Vantage by the White House.